Hello, families. Hello, my sweet littles. How are you doing today? I hope that you're doing well. Yesterday was a very hot day. What did you do yesterday? I went swimming, and I was lucky enough to be able to do so. And I feel so much more refreshed after being able to spend some time in some cool water. I hope that you were able to stay cool as well. I'd like to share something with you. I received a gift from Calliope and her dad. They created something for me as a teacher's gift. They made these. Look at how beautiful this is. Now, if you wanted to, this is a stand, and if I had a book or maybe my phone or a tablet or something, I could display it just like this, and it would hold it sitting on a shelf. Isn't that clever? And Calliope sanded and smoothed it and made the wood so nice so that no splinters would get in my hand. And she did the same thing for this one. And you can see that this came from a very beautiful tree. And you can see the different patterns and designs in the wood. They are truly stunningly beautiful. And she inscribed them specially for me on the bottom. And it looks like here she drew her unicorn. And here, upside down, she drew her name with lots of hearts and my name. Getting gifts that have been made by someone makes everyone's heart, but makes my heart filled with such love. It's truly special to have something of hers that she has made and then given to me, because every time I use this, every time I see it, every time I look at it, I will be thinking of her. So, thank you, both of you, for creating such a wonderful present. I truly appreciate them. Thank you. Well, I have a lovely book for you today. It is called Amazing Grace. And this book is by Mary Hoffman, and it's illustrated by Caroline Binch. And look at how beautiful this book is. I think they might have done watercolors. I'm not sure, maybe some pastels and pencils, but the artwork is stunning. And I wish I could put ponytails in my hair just like her. We'll have to read this book in a little bit, but first, let's get our lavender. Just fell right out of my hands. Oh, there it is. Okay, everyone, I want you to take a nice deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. Maybe this time you can be an animal like we used to do at circle time. So choose your animal in your mind. You're going to inhale a deep belly breath right in here. You want to fill up your belly, and then we're going to explode with our animal sound as we're breathing out. Okay, ready? What animal did I choose? You're right, I chose a cat. What animal did you choose? Let me know if you can. Amazing Grace. Now, on the top of here, it says Reading Rainbow, and it has the rainbow on top. They're my favorite books. And I remember watching Reading Rainbow when I was little. And they're always going to be special books, so I know whenever I see that rainbow with the Reading Rainbow symbol, I know it's going to be a good book, so you should look for it too, okay? Oh, and a special thank you to Janie Lewis for donating this book to me. Thank you. amazing Grace. Wow, look what she's doing. She's all different kinds of costumes on. Grace was a girl who loved stories. She didn't mind if they were read to her or told to her or made up in her own head. She didn't care if they were in books or movies or out of Nana's long memory. Grace just loved stories. After she had heard them, and sometimes while they were still going on, Grace would act them out. And she always gave herself the most exciting parts. So here she is with her Nana. She's telling her a story, and there she is dreaming and thinking. And look, she has her little kitten with her. Grace went into battles as Joan of Arc. Here she is. She's going into battle. She has her shield and a helmet and her sword and her gang of merry men or women or soldiers, and wove a wicked web as Anansi, the spider. I have to tell you, I always would put a different vowel inside because I used to read the Anansi spider stories to Joshua, and I was pronouncing it wrong for a very long time. And as I was reading it to you, I reminded myself, no, you have to remember the correct way to say it, not the way you and Joshua say it. So that's why I hesitated. I'm still practicing how to read as well. So I read Anansi, and I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. But here she is as Anansi, the spider. Oh, do you pretend to be things too? I bet you do. She hid inside the wooden horse at the gates of Troy. She went exploring for lost kingdoms. She sailed the 7 seas with a peg leg and a parrot. So here she is in the Battle of Troy. Now, the Battle of Troy, they created a huge horse, and the soldiers hid inside, and they brought the horse as a gift to the gates of Troy. And then once the gift had been brought inside the gates, all the soldiers came out. It's pretty interesting, actually. And here she is exploring for lost kingdoms on an elephant, and here as a pirate with a peg leg. She used a stick, and she put it on her leg with, it looks like some rope. That was very clever. She was Hiawatha sitting by the shining big sea water, or Mowgli in the backyard jungle. Here she is as Hiawatha. Wow, look at her cool headdress. And the kitten is playing with the feathers. And there she is, Mowgli in the backyard. And Mowgli means boy in India, or I think it's Hindi, but I'm not sure. Most of all, Grace loved to act out adventure stories and fairy tales. When there was no one else around, Grace played all the parts herself. She set out to seek her fortune with no companion but her trusty cat, and found a city with secrets paved in gold. Or she was Aladdin rubbing his magic lamp to make the genie appear. I love this artwork. Isn't it fabulous? So beautiful. There she is with the gold. Oh, no, that was the rubbing of the lamp. She's a genie. Or she wants to get the genie out. She's Aladdin. Did you see the kitten? The kitten, she has a string coming down, and he's playing with her end of the string. Sometimes she could get Ma and Nana to join in when they weren't too busy. And then she was Dr. Grace, and their lives were in her hands. Here she has bandaged up her mama, and then here she has given Nana a stethoscope, I think, and she's checking her heart, and Nana's pretending to be sick. Mm-hmm. And you know, it was very creative. She made her stethoscope. She put something along, like a string, and she got a wooden spoon, and that's how she's hearing the heart. And something else, I can't really see what it is to her ear, but she was really creative, creating her own doctor's materials. If you don't have something, you can always just create it. That's why we use our imagination. Her imagination is fantastic. One day, Grace's teacher said they would do the play Peter Pan. Grace knew who she wanted to be. When she raised her hand, Raj said, "You can't be Peter. That's a boy's name." But Grace kept her hand up. "You can't be Peter," whispered Natalie. "He isn't black." But Grace kept her hand up. "All right," said the teacher. "Lots of you want to be Peter Pan, so we'll have auditions next week to choose parts." She gave them words to learn. And here all the students are. When Grace got home, she seemed sad. "What's the matter?" asked Ma. "Raj said I can't be Peter Pan because I'm a girl." "That just shows what Raj knows," said Ma. "A girl can be Peter Pan if she wants to." Grace cheered up, and then later she remembered something else. "Natalie says I can't be Peter Pan because I'm black," she said. Ma looked angry, but before she could speak, Nana said, Nana said, "It seems that Natalie is another one who doesn't know anything. You can be anything you want, Grace, if you put your mind to it." And there she is. Her Nana is taking care of her. She can be anything she wants to be. All of you can. On Saturday, Nana told Grace they were going out in the afternoon. They caught a bus and train into town. Nana took Grace to Grand Theater. The sign outside read, "Rosalie Wilkins in Romeo and Juliet" in sparkling lights. "Are we going to the ballet?" Nana asked Grace. "We are, honey. But first, I want you to look at this picture." Grace looked up and saw a beautiful ballerina in a tutu. Above the dancer, it said, "Stunning New Juliet." So here they are. Excuse me, as I move about. Here they are, walking to the ballet. And there is the ballerina. "That one is little Rosalie from back home in Trinidad," said Nana. "Her granny and me, we grew up together on the island. She's always asking me, do I want tickets to see her Rosalie dance? So this time, I said yes." After the ballet, Grace played the part of Juliet, dancing around her room in her imaginary tutu. "I can be anything I want," she thought. There she is. Her Nana is telling her that she knows the ballerina. And there she is, being a ballerina, twirling. On Monday, the class met for auditions to choose who was best for the part. When it was Grace's turn to be Peter, she knew exactly what to do and all the words to say. She had Peter Pan all weekend. She had been Peter Pan all weekend. She took a deep breath and imagined herself flying. And when it was time to vote, the class chose Raj to be Captain Hook and Natalie to be Wendy. There was no doubt who would be Peter Pan. Everyone voted for Grace. "You were fantastic," whispered Natalie. The play was a big success, and Grace was an amazing Peter Pan. And after it was all over, she said, "I feel as if I could fly all the way home." "You probably could," said Ma. "Yes," said Nana. "If Grace put her mind to it, she can do anything she wants." There she is, as Peter Pan look at her fabulous costume. She's so happy. And there she's thinking, I can fly home. Bum, bum. What a fabulous book this is. Oh, there's her face. What a fabulous book this is. Thank you, Janie Lewis, for donating this one to me, and I hope you all enjoyed it. Now remember, children, you can be anything that you want, and you are the only person who can decide what that is. So, in your mind, use your imagination. Think of beautiful things that you would like to do in your day and the rest of the days of your life. And we're practicing every day, and you can choose one thing and then do another thing and another thing. You can be anything you want. And remember, you always have the opportunity to change your mind, to learn more things, to grow. But most of all, know that you can do anything that you want, that you are special. And